But welcome back. Let's go to the X2.
Do not be alarmed. Order will be restored.
Uh-oh. There's some robots.
Soon. Please stand by.
Ouch.
Please stand clear. This is now a free fire zone. Do not be alarmed. Law and order will be restored.
Law and order will be restored. Do not be alarmed. What? I'm supposed to go up there, I'm guessing?
Trying to steal the H2 transmitter array antenna, are you? You won't succeed. Not if my lethal robo-scorpions have any say in the matter.
Ah, I can't fast travel from here? Ouch.
Time for violence. Robo-scorpion, attack! I end you. You're no match for science.
That was it?
Our lobotomite, 3. CSU, 0. Intruder, return what you have stolen from X2. Sting them in the name of all that is Mobius.
Oh.
Sting them in the name of all that is Mobius.
Oh, hello. Thought you were dead. How are you not dead? I could have sworn you were dead. What enemy? I can actually go up there. Picking your brains. Whoa, what?
Have you done all we asked? If not, we will not hesitate to ask again.
This is Dr. Boris. Carefully.
The lobotomite animal before me. What other terrifying terrors will plague? Be warned. Attempt to propaganda me. I will shriek. Drama? There is no drama in science. As I learned in high school, science is an intellectual pursuit devoid of bestial emotions. Unless, of course, you are a communist. Like Betsy Bright, who sat next to me in math. and her
Communist.
Smoking Confederate Richie Marcus. As I learned in my high school, American High, AHS, drama is for movies, things of fiction. Here in the think tank, the only star is science.
Counter your pet and had to kill it.
So, you put down Gabe. Thank you. A scamp, but really, his highly augmented combat programming could have proved meddlesome. In any event, thank you for putting him down. One less test subject to catalog and sort. Clearly a failure of Doggy's cybo-engineering. The malignant tumor that is Mobius plagues us all. His hunger for power, insatiable. From his lair in the Forbidden Zone, his terrifying Robo-Scorpion army, he must be... Until next time.
Till next time. Hopefully there never is a next time. You're obnoxious.
You are an unusual specimen. Between the extraction of their higher reasoning abilities and urination-inducing fear, most lobotomites dare not approach us, let alone speak to us. Yet you have no such fear. Will you indulge me? Say a few words. Face towards the monitors, please, so that I might record it.
The quick scribe jumped over the lazy paladin.
Yes, go on. Seeing your lips and mouth forming words, both revolting and somehow... How does it feel to have the flesh roll around in your mouth like that? To control
What?
each muscle and the tongue. Like having a fish or extremely dexterous slug lolling and flopping in one's mouthal cavity.
To me, you have more biological needs than your counterparts.
What? Nonsense. What? What are you doing?
I just beat the quest? What do you mean?
Stop it. Why? Why are you
Filmography.
making me partake in this filthy formography? Enough. I am already... I don't know what it is about the biology of lobotomites. It infects my thoughts. All that skin and muscle and tissue.
Why didn't you just give in? There's nothing wrong with looking at a human body.
Perhaps there is value in what you say. I did so enjoy breathing once, long ago. Would you? I feel so ashamed, but yet so intrigued. You'll need to give me a rest in between visits, or else my gel might... Run over. If you're ready, let me radar scan you. Slowly. Woo.
What the fuck?
Woo. Purple, purple, woo. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Purple. Ba, ba, bloop. Ba, ba, bloop. Ba, ba, bloop. Whew. Last little bit there. Thank you, lobotomite. Please, you must come back for further study when I've had a rest. I'm a little sensitive right now. Until our next...
Breaking news! Talking lobotomite arrives in Think Tank. Its purpose, unknown. Undefinable. Its presence here... Oh, really? Now the lobotomite is a master of the dictionary arts. What, do you have a doctorate in verbology? No? I do. And... Stop the presses. Just in from my eye monitors. Is that Robco Tech on your arm?
Yes.
It is. What's your agenda bringing that in here? Oh, really? You have their tech on your arm. How dare you bring Robco Tech in here? What are you showing off? How great Robert House and his big company are?
Ooh, we can make Securitrons better than any robot those geniuses at Big Mouth can make, and they'll last 1,000 years.
You're lucky I don't have hands to tear that dip boy off your arm, or feet to stomp
Dip
on his
boy?
metal guts. Ugh. Damn Robco. Worry about House? Why would I do this? Hope he died alone in a dingy room, streaming his last remaining bodily fluids into jars. And him and his dirty girdle bots. Don't even get me started on those filthy biological catcher's mitts. Until our next scheduled audio transmission and reception, then.
I'm overcome. That's what I thought, you stupid biatch. Despite what?
Did you retrieve the technologies yet? We need them, as I have indicated.
I'd be honored if I could hear any acknowledge.
Why, yes. We are filled with the knowledge you speak of. If you wish to know more, simply ask the others. They can help you. What? You did? Your survival, let alone success, barely registered in my projections. Now, all I need to do is check my transmission databank. Mobius is always filling it up with his psychotic calls. Oh yes, there's the schematics, just like you said. How truthful.
Have information you need?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Your answers isn't filling me with confidence.
No. I mean, yes. You just need to analyze these technologies for a moment. They are extremely advanced, you know?
Do you know what these technologies do?
I know how these technologies work. Of course I know. If you remember, we described them in clearly abstract, contradictory statements before. Why would we do that if we weren't certain on how to use them? Yes, so let me... a bit, I'll figure it out.
Look at that antennae focuses with brainwave patterns, right?
Yes, that's what I believe I said.
Yeah, you said.
I've got it. The cardiac regulator in the suit, the antenna for brain waves, and the sonic frequency for the vertebral nerves.
For you to draw a conclusion.
I'm thinking. This is all very complicated. Let me check something. Of course. I have it. The override sequence to open the Forbidden Zone door is hidden. Well, not hidden. It's actually right there, behind the programming equivalent of coffee stains. It's embedded in what seems to be recursive code. It's badly commented there and there. Oh, and null pointers very sloppy, Mobius. You see, using the antenna to boost the emitter's sonic frequency, and the stealth suit to bypass the Forbidden Zone lock, yes, that could work. Was that my plan? It must have been. Sometimes I truly surprise myself. The door is open, and now Mobius will get his.
Don't these items seem more biologically focused than that, though?
Biological? Ridiculous. I mean, technically, these items could all be used to put you back together once you had your brain. But for now, they can be used in the name of aggression. The door should be unsealed. Now, instead of being subjected to threats, we can now send an equally threatening message to Mobius. And that message is science. Deliver this message, and Big Mountain shall be freed from Mobius's reign of terror. You can go now. That's your cue.
That was my cue. Travel to the Forbidden Zone. Ah! What the fuck? Just instantly as soon as I get out, I'm fucking dead? I'm fucking dead. What the fuck was that? Some bullshit ass. I barely even have enough fucking... What happened to all my fucking ammo for that? It said I had a lot of ammo, did it not?
You require some additional...
Bonus HP, AP from food. Damn.
Couldn't stay away, could you? Yeah, I knew you'd be back.
So what happened to my weight then? If I'm fucking all healthy. Debuff. All I did was fucking take 2 stim packs. Now I'm on a debuff.
I see you. Now I end you.
Yeah, bitch. Try me now.
Time
Oh,
for
shit.
violence. I see you.
Well, if I can't fast travel when there's enemies nearby, why can't you fast travel straight into enemies? That makes no sense.
Attention visitors. Combat experiment in progress. Please put on your goggles and take your Rad-X now. The X-42 giant robo-scorpion is alive! Awaken my pet! Initiate your search and destroy protocol in the name of all that is Mobius! This is a
Fucking stuck.
This is a pre-recorded attack message indicating my desire to commit violence on you. This is a pre-recorded attack message indicating my desire to commit violence on you.
Huh.
Oh, it looks like the target drones got activated and... Oh, how cute. You can't avoid the deadly laser sting of Dr. Mobius.
Activate backup generator.
You'll never disable me from the monitors around the room.
Okay.
Crush them with your pincers.
Oops. Not mean to take that.
You can't avoid the deadly...
Well, I think I got a good spot.
There's...
Take that, take that, take that. Oh shit, there was a lot more fucking places, eh? Well, time to go explore it all then. Fire for the sonic emitter, take it to the jukebox, okay. Oh, I have the sparkles. Two craft. Two crafts. One. Damn. Ah, what the f— That's some bullshit. It's looking like it's a shin. That'd be more than full. Inflation. It's not disappearing. It's not loudspeakers. Fuck me. Okay, Shin. What's the— oh no, resurrection. It needs to have 5. 1. Infiltration. I see full. Purification. Haha. All that for that? You shitting me right now? There was nothing. Nothing. That was for nothing. I haven't explored that or this. So I'm gonna go up and go do that. Damn, this shit blew up. Damn. Oh, I could have made the turrets fucking target him, eh? And made shit easier. It's the exact replica, no? Combat armor. Oh ho ho.
Did you even know you were wearing me?
Yes, I did, okay? I did
Stimpack reserves adequate.
not want the fucking...
Painkiller reserves critical. Oh, the pain. Are we being
What is
watched?
the noise?
Was that all?
That was the brain tank, I guess. Scientist scrubs, eh? Holy shit.
They said I was mad.
Look at all these mentats.
Every bone in my body. Have them all removed.
God damn, that's a lot of fucking mentats. We got Dr. Mobius scrubs.
Hmm? Yo, hello there. You are there, aren't you? Forgive my confusion. So hard to tell these days. You seem familiar somehow. I'm guessing, you're here for your brain, perhaps? It's just up there. Such a nice brain, young, very bright. Little hard to see you. Can you walk into my left, right FOV cone? Ah, that's it. You're coming into focus nicely.
Is that better?
Depth perception is a problem with this old monitor of mine. Went black a while ago. That's old age for you. Should look at getting the visual nerves reattached. It's just that the right eye would see the wrong things. The flying tortoises were the worst. Would you care for...
Thanks.
I love mentats. Delicious and smarty. I have all sorts of
I could tell you like
amazingly
mentats.
science-terrific thoughts and ideas when those chalky tablets are zipping through my biogel. I forget them all not long after, though. Especially with the data constipating my memory core. Afraid binary streams might shoot out my chassis. Had to start using...
Surrender, I don't want to fight.
Whoa, did I leave that on? I thought I'd powered it down. Was wondering what was causing the power outages. Really? That implies preconceived notions, theories, and a hypothesis about this meeting? Please extrapolate. What was I supposed to be like? After all, it might be worth a...
And my brain back.
Do you? You seem fine without it. And does it even want to go back with you? Maybe you should ask it. It's quite independent, has all manner of opinions. Tell you what, I'll leave it up to your brain. If it wants to go, then fine. If not, well, you should respect its wishes.
Fuck its wishes.
Oh, curiosity. The ghosts aren't real? That changes
Oh
everything.
no shit.
Why, I can save my computing power for other perceptual impossibilities. Please be my guest. The receptor is there, and the side-switching wobbly bob, just turn that. Good, good, better. Oh, yes, that feels wonderful. This is even better than my afternoon Mentats break. Oh, I was probably tripping hard
On Psycho.
when I sent that. Had to work myself up to it. Not usually violent, except when I am. Then, watch out! So many chems, such varieties. Whenever I take Mentats, I can feel my entire chassis breathe like a big spherical lung. As for the Psycho, sometimes get the chem dispositories in my tank all switched up. Go in the wrong tube. Still, served its purpose.
Alright, I gotta convince my brain, I guess. Mobius glove. Scrubs. Oh, I don't get his glove. My brain.
Well, well, look who finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been, Crawling through pits of radioactive muck again? Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie?
Why are you such a dick?
Yes, well, believe me, the opposite is equally true. Good Lord, have you bathed at all since they pulled me out of you?
Run around a crater full of bizarre science experiments. Hygiene is my top priority.
Well, that's a completely
Yeah,
different
fuck
matter.
you.
The tank isn't biological. It's not the same at all. Well, that's a fine how do you do. Me, quote, dick, unquote. As if I'm the one responsible for the way you carry on gadding about the wastes. I'm not the one that makes us clamber around Technus-infested ancient vaults or go charging off to New Vegas on missions of ill-conceived revenge. And have we forgotten who got us shot in the head and buried in a shallow grave? Do you think I enjoyed that little moment?
You're the brain. You control me.
Well, maybe next time you hear me telling you that charging a napkin with a penknife is a bad idea, you'll listen. I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is definitely not that appealing.
What the
Look at it
fuck?
from my perspective. Here I have peace, quiet, and safety. Well, barring the odd rogue scorpion. In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions. Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to urinate? It's quite a lot, I can tell you.
But what about the good things? What about a cool breeze on your cheek, the smell of food, love?
Overrated biological feedback. Believe me, you only feel that way because you've got all that meat. Oozing hormones.
Isn't it just as true that you only feel this way because you're lacking those hormones?
I suppose you're right. That does call certain assumptions into question, doesn't it? Indeed, quite the conundrum. How do you suppose we resolve it?
We have to trust each other and acknowledge that we aren't complete if we are separate.
I suppose there might be some advantage to that, yes. There's a chance that the reintegration would create some improved synergy between us. Well, I suppose you've convinced me well enough.
Hey,
I'll
let's
rejoin your body
go.
if that's your final decision. Unfortunately, before we get to that stage of the proceedings, we have a problem. Even if I could settle myself back in your skull and reconnect all those pesky nerve endings, Dr. Mobius doesn't have the tools here. We would have to make use of Dr. Klein's lab, and I rather doubt the brains are inclined to share.
They promised to put us back together once let's go make them share. Come on, Ben, it's stopping time.
Oh, lovely. We've reached the mindless violence portion of the program. Tell me, what exactly are you, and I use the word loosely, planning?
I'm going to give them a demonstration of the physics behind small moving chunks of lead.
Going the old-fashioned route, are we? I rather like it. What's next?
If the think tank won't hold up the end of the bargain, we'll make them.
Right. Look out, think tank. This brain is coming out of its jar. I suppose now that we're reunited, you'll want to fill your torso up with those other meaty parts the think tank took from us. Personally, I think your upgrades are quite a bit better. But now that I'm with you, the Sync's autodock can plug them back in no problem. Right then, off we go. Klein will be in for a nasty...
To retrieve your original heart. What happens if I don't retrieve my original? Aren't these the ones an upgraded version of from my original? Oh no, I don't know.
You require some additional...
So the books will also be replaced. But some advanced technologies remain. Sick.
You require some additional...
I could now be crippled again. Alright. We got our original shit back.
The lobotomite returns. Our lobotomite. Has Dr. Mobius been denominated into scrap metal?
Now you and I got to settle things.
I recommend watching your tone with me, lobotomite. Now, your brain. Hand it over, or we'll extract it again.
There's some other things we should discuss.
And what could we possibly have to speak about? With it, we can finally leave this place. I cannot tell you how boring this place gets, chopping up the land. And we have so many questions to ask your brain first. About this Mojave place. First,
You think I am the lobotomate? No, for my skull houses the brain of Mobius.
That is the most insane thing I've ever heard. There's no way Mobius would condescend to step inside you. Besides, there's no way such a thing could be accomplished. It's impossible.
Nothing is impossible for science.
You speak the truth. And the decibel variation in your voice, it is Mobius. How dare you breach the think tank? And what do you want here?
I offer a deal. Stay here, stay put, and I will let you live.
That's no deal at all. There's a whole world beyond the crater, filled with ideas and possibilities. We could have escaped, seen it all for ourselves, tested it, prodded at it, made it squirm.
I will permit you to do this for me.
Partner with you? My foe? My rival? My foremost critic? I have a strange sensation that I would like that. How odd. Very well, partner. The think tank is at your service as long as you do not destroy us.
Why is there two options?
As it had been in the years before the Great War, Big Mountain, the Big Empty, became home to one of the brightest minds of the 23rd century. The courier watched over the Big Empty for years to come, caring for it and keeping its discoveries safe until they were needed to help others. Which had always been Big Mountain's purpose. Past the laboratories and science, it had always been intended as a place to build the future of all mankind.
The courier had scoured much of the Big Empty, although secrets still remained in the crater's depths. Perhaps that was for the best, however. Curiosity, while sometimes rewarded for its efforts, often proves to be equally dangerous.
Dr. Mobius continued his research undisturbed in the Forbidden Zone. As much as he had attempted to create better scorpions, he tried the same with humanity, with considerably less success. These failures didn't bother him overmuch. Once the rush of mentats wore off, he forgot he had failed in any event. After all, the bright young mind who had come to visit him in the Forbidden Zone had already exceeded his expectations.
The sink atop the dome bustled with the voices of a small town, constantly chirping, arguing, and snarling at each other. Still, this all happened productively in the interests of its new owner. The Sync Central Intelligence Unit discovered, despite its inversion code, it was comforted by the sense of community the other personalities gave it.
The Biological Research Station, obsessed with seeding everything in sight, requested a transfer to the X-22 Botanical Garden. so that it might, in its own words, sensually fertilize the garden's smooth contours. The garden sent back a polite refusal, saying it had prior commitments with a vault it had helped infect before the war.
The book chute continued to devour all seditious materials until it nearly choked on a paperclip. It adamantly maintained it was a Chinese paperclip, and the whole thing had been an elaborately orchestrated assassination attempt.
What the fuck?
Whatever the reason, it slowed down for a while, carefully appraising each document and clipboard that came to it.
The light switches continued to bicker and flicker.
This persisted until the day someone dropped a flashlight in the sink, and the two of them united in their hatred of the showboat. One of them eventually transferred to the Lightwave Dynamics plant and began a long, unrequited affair with one of the holograms.
The sink continued to ruthlessly scrub any particulate matter that came near it. Eventually, it gained access to the magnetohydraulics plant and nearly flooded all the Big Empty in an attempt to scrub the crater clean.
The toaster continued its psychotic spree, reducing all appliances in range to scrap electronics and spare parts.
Fuck them appliances.
After one of its more psychotic episodes, however, the other sink personalities decided enough was enough and dumped the toaster in a bathtub. Sparking and hissing, the toaster swore its enemies would rue the day when they had bread and no way to toast it.
Muggy did his best to collect coffee cups, although in his quest, he accidentally trapped himself in Higgs Village. It might have been the end for poor Muggy. Except he found it peaceful there, tidying up the kitchens of the think tank professors back when they had been flesh and bone. Well, except for Dr. O, who was an asshole for having created Muggy in the first place.
Fuck Dr.
Muggy left O's house deliberately dirty, punishing the dishes and cups that lived there in blind revenge for serving Dr. O.
Blind-eye old Jefferson eventually discovered a new sound. Silence. It only made him more filled with the blues than before. It was rumored by the other personalities that he had a brief fling with the light switches. Although he forgot their names once too often and was soon left in the dark as punishment.
Autodoc, always gentle and methodical, kept sewing up the courier in all the right places when the skin split open from repeated wear and tear. The Autodoc was just glad to have purpose again. It heard its simpler brothers and sisters who got shipped to the Sierra Madre were bored out of their skulls in that toxic dead city. In time, the Autodoc found a way to deactivate the Y-17 trauma harnesses, releasing the corpses they had held prisoner for almost 200 years.
As the courier ran through the X-8 facility multiple times, the computers analyzed the test subject's movements. Rather than performing a superficial observation, they realized the subject barely knew what communism was, or even what a high school was. This confused them for a time, until the facility finally realized that its research had succeeded. So it let its cyber dogs out into the wastes to help protect small communities from physical aggression rather than communist propaganda.
The infiltration program in X-13 felt spent, having repeatedly upgraded the stealth suit until it could upgrade it no more. It felt warm, fulfilled, and a bit sluggish. It realized not long after, the stealth suit had left it, without so much as a note on the nightstand. So the infiltration program sent out robo-brains into the wastes, looking for its wayward technology. It eventually found Repcon HQ and set up a new research center, testing and murdering fiends who kept breaking into the facility.
The courier, organs intact, continued onwards, a little less heavy of step, but with all the organs in the right places, as they should be. After all, brains can develop a life of their own when left to their own thoughts, and the courier's brain was more clever than most.
Dr. Klein and the think tank remained alive, unaware of the world outside. They looped through their daily routine, none the wiser about the world beyond, although perhaps wiser was the wrong word. The world outside belonged to the courier, and if anyone would shape it, well, the courier had already called dibs.
There is an expression in the wasteland, old world blues.
It refers to those so obsessed with the past they can't see the present, much less the future, for what it is.
They stare into the what was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and spent, as the realities of their world continue on around them.
Science is a long, steady progression into the future. What may seem a sudden event often isn't felt for years, even centuries to come.
In the times following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, however, Old World Blues took on a new meaning.
Where once it was viewed as a form of sadness, nostalgia, it became an expression describing the potential for the future.
It can be easy to see science as evil, technology unchecked as the source of all ills, all misfortunes.
With the courier at the helm, science became a beacon for the future. There was old world blues, and new world hope. And hope ruled the day at Big Mountain.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves. Now armed with the transportal Ponder, the courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one. The sink sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust. Only one road yet remained, and it was one the courier had to walk alone.
Damn, that went on for a while. It's either one of these two. This is my next one. Okay, everything's 75. Now what? Guns. So if I attacked, seeing if there's any new ones. Keen that you can feel the slightest vibration in the ground. Perform a special VATS palm strike that paralyzes your opponent for 30 seconds. Unarmed. Ah. I go home.
Might I be safe in the assumption that matters with the think tank had been set?
I go home. Okay. What?